What is going on to you, Geminis? So you have the Nine of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and you have the Ten of Pentacles here. So for you, Geminis, this is about you, Geminis, getting your internal self-image up, getting your confidence up, right? Your worth as a human being is starting to bounce back, right? Because you Geminis have been kind of down a little bit because of the drama or the nonsensical nonsense that's been happening to you. And, you know, you Geminis have gotten away from that, and you've been doing the healing like I was talking about. And so your self-image has been healing because of it, right? How you view yourself. And why that's important is because the Ten of Pentacles, you can also envision the kind of relationship that you want to have. One that is, like I said, some of you may want 50-50. Some of you may not want 50-50. Okay. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is it's a dynamic that works very well between the two of you. It's probably 50-50 because I just don't see it. I don't see the dynamics of relationships that aren't 50-50 going well, because it usually comes out because from my observation, right, as a Virgo, I pay attention to detail. When couples aren't going 50-50, it turns out that the person is fleecing the other person, come to find out, and they were playing a role the whole time. But when things get rough, where the person that's been doing all the providing may end up losing their wealth, it comes out, like I said, that the other person who's just getting pampered and taken care of doesn't really care about the other person. It becomes more about the money than anything else. So, so it probably is going to be 50-50. And then the things that the Three of Cups and the High Priestess right here represents how you have some people that are going to step forward that do like you. They could probably step forward as friends, okay? But you definitely have some secret admirers around you, some people that definitely like you. This can come to you in the form of friends that have a crush on you, that like you, but don't necessarily want to tell you. Or these would probably be people that you already know that will just come out and say that they like you. So either way, you Geminis are very attractive and people are in love with you. They do like you quite a lot. It may be from a place that you just don't necessarily see, in the form of a friend, right? And then you and this person will essentially, you okay? Okay. Bring the dog in here. I'm doing a video. All right. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So with that being said, it's okay, because the thing is that with Geminis, loving relationships, for you Geminis, the best part, a lot of you Geminis already have an image. And for you Geminis, the best part of a romantic relationship is usually it starts off as friends in the first place. And I most definitely agree. There's definitely a way to start off a relationship as a friend, but still be romantic. And the best way, if you ask me, or I ain't gonna say the best way, but a good way to do that is to, like I said, talking, getting to know each other, asking questions. But see, here's the scenario though, right? I got to put a catch-22 up in there, right? I got to put a problem up in there to kind of show you the contrast of how things can be. In modern day society, right, people don't get to know each other. It becomes, just put it there. Just put it there. All right, close the door. Thanks. My mom doesn't want to be on camera, so I'm respecting her wishes to not be on camera. But anyway, so excuse me. So with that being said, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So with that being said, the catch-22 to that is, you Geminis know what it's like, because society, right, the way that people play games now, it's like, oh, it's a situation where it's like, it's a situation where it's like, okay, they don't really actually get to know each other. This is why relationships suck. They don't really take the time to really get to know each other like that. They don't. What usually ends up happening is it's a situation where they end up making crazy situations. They end up having physical fun. They end up moving in with one another, and they don't even really know each other like that. Really, they don't. They don't actually know each other. And we can say that they don't because they don't even see each other. They may see each other once a week, maybe even less, if once a week. Once a week might be a little bit too much. The way that modern day relationships are, the behavior of modern day relationships are, it's once a month. It may be literally once or twice a month. How many people are dating the other person and dating someone else and dating the next individual? So, so it's like, so the thing is that make sure that you actually have the chance to really get to know the person for real. But the way that modern day society views it, they view it as boring. But this is the way that relationships work. You know what I mean? So it's like, which way do you really want? Do you want the modernized version of it? Or do you want the version that actually works, that is contrary to popular belief, that goes against popular belief? What goes against popular belief is, you are going to have to actually see the person often and get to know them and stop and not be bored. You know what I mean? Because that boredom trip, that stuff really gets a lot of people to lower their value. All of that, I'm bored of you, all that. That's a no-no. On some, on some Chris Brown and Usher stuff, that's a no-no. Because that's not how relationships are made. You have to get to know each other. Only thinking a relationship is based upon how bored a person feels, that's not a relationship. That's a situationship, which means that it's fast-paced. It's a flame, so to speak, that gets quickly ignited, but it quickly burns out, because the premise of the relationship is not based around value systems per se. It's based around the value of the relationship is based around short-term fun. So it ends just like that, So now the Hermit and the Four of Swords right here, right? A lot of Mercury energy, because you also have the Magician, a lot of Mercury energy. Speaks to how you Geminis, that's my cat now, so this speaks to how you Geminis ultimately when this person shows you that they're interested in you, you Geminis may end up kind of like taking a little bit of time to really decide whether or not you're into this person or not. The Four of Swords and the Magician, they're kind of regretting that they may have told you, Geminis, that they were into you for this time, and they probably known you as a friend for all this time, and that, now they're stepping up because they actually want to be with you, because they're like, you Geminis, because they're looking at it like you Geminis have effectively stopped talking to them. Because they're like, you Geminis have effectively stopped talking to them. So it's like they're always in a position. So they're in a position right now, not always, but they are in a position right now where they're like, they wish that they wouldn't have told you. Because now they would rather see you than you Geminis disappear. You know what I mean? Because now they thinking to themselves that maybe you're not into them like that. So the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords represents, this is a scenario where you Geminis want to be very clear about what you want. If this friend told you that they are into you, this is now a scenario where you want to be very clear. Are you into them or are you not? If you're not into them, don't waste their time, because these people, this friend, they really like you. And these are people that literally took the time to really get to know you in the first place. So if you Geminis know you're not into them, don't be around them. Don't, just tell them what it is. And the relationship that you had, just being friends or being cool with them at first, may dwindle down, but it's best that it dwindle down if that's the case. Let's clarify the Magician. The Seven of Cups, the King of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Lovers, which is Gemini, so you showed up in your own reading, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups, the King of Wands, this person has been seeing you around, it be in relationships that don't work out. And they're just tired of having they're tired of having other people have their chance. They didn't want to live their life without, at the very least, telling you Geminis that they were interested so that they can have a chance themselves. So yeah, Gemini, they're really into you. The Page of Pentacles and the Lovers, right, and the Knight of Pentacles represents, this is your opportunity. Are you into them or not? Because what I'm seeing here is, seriously, you Geminis have a real chance to really get to know somebody, you know? And if you Geminis are not interested in this person, it's best for you to just tell them what it is, because they really like you. They really see a lot of potential in you. They see you Geminis as people who, you know, didn't necessarily have a fair chance, because so many people want to just start stuff with you. So if you know you're not interested, really leave them alone, because their heart is wrapped up in you. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video.